He's best known as Mary's love interest as Viscount Gillingham in the critically acclaimed TV series Downton Abbey, and most recently as Guy Fawkes on the BBC drama Gunpowder. He is Tom Cullen, and now he's starring in the History Channel's new series Knightfall. Tom, welcome.
Thank you very much.
So I've seen the trailer for Knightfall, and it looks super exciting. Tell us a little bit about the series.
So the show is exciting. It's about the Knights Templar, and it's a kind of in-depth look into them. And if you don't know who the Knights Templar are, they are a very fascinating, clandestine, medieval warrior monk sect, and they were some of the most elite fighters of their time. But they were also, myth tells us, they were charged with looking after Christian relics such as the Holy Grail. And the show is a kind of in-depth look into Paris and 1306 and the politics and the social economic machinations of the French court and about the Templars.
Wow, it seems that recently there's been a lot of attention from Hollywood placed on the Knights Templar and that period in history. How is this series different from what we might have seen in the past?
That's a good question. I think that we've worked very hard to create a show that's very entertaining and really fun to watch, but also has a kind of skeletal structure which is historical. The show has a bit of everything, really, something that I'm very proud of. It's very much about kind of battles and fights, as you can imagine, but it also has great themes of betrayal and revenge, brotherhood, loyalty. It's got a great love story and really great political interplay. It's cool, and I think we're all really, really proud of it. And so, you know, we hope that everyone enjoys it.
Well, you should be. It looks really exciting. The battle scenes alone seem really involved, really accurate. I mean, I'm assuming I wasn't around back then, but working for the History Channel, how has that been too, to have something that is both fantasy but historically accurate?
Yeah, I mean, I think, you know, when you're making a show like this, you have to make sure that it's entertaining, and you know, you have to kind of take dramatic liberties a little bit, and when we do that, and we also play with the kind of the fun of the space between history and mythology and that kind of murky world in the middle. The Knights Templar are definitely somebody who are like shrouded in mystery and mythology, and we like to kind of unpick that but also play with it, and you know, the 10 episodes is a real ride. It's a real journey, and the characters are very complex and very interesting, and every single character is kind of put through the mill. Yeah, it's a hell of a ride.
Is there anything that you surprisingly learned about the Knights Templar that you might not have realized before?
Well, I think when you're like doing a piece that is historical, you know, you have to really bathe yourself in as much literature as possible, really make sure that you know everything that you can know, and it was such a fun process. I found out that they set up the first banks, they created the first check, and they were this incredibly powerful organisation that had no borders. They answered to no king or queen, they answered to God and the Pope, and they actually overthrew kings and queens. You know, they were this very, very powerful organisation that suddenly just disappeared, and it's a really interesting story.
It really, really is. I learned more from you in this last couple of minutes than I had in all of my history classes, so I'll definitely checking out Knightfall, and I'm sure all of our viewers will as well. Tom, thank you so much for your time. Knightfall is on the History Channel Wednesdays at 10 p.m. We'll be right back.